Alright, so basic idea for my character. Um, First thing, you're gonna need a 6-link, possibly 2. The 6-link in the staff isn't super important, but a 6-link chest, this I got for about 30C. You don't need this, you can use Tabula, you're gonna be a little bit squishier, but pretty much should be able to run any like white and yellow tier maps for farming Legion. But 6-link chest, so you get Cyclone, Cast and Channeling, Soulrend, and then I linked it to Efficacy, GMP, and Control Destruction. And that's what gives us our clear, right? And then in the staff, the important part about the staff, realistically you could use dual wield here as well, but it's a lot harder to maximize the damage output for this. And my staff is actually really bad. The only thing that matters is the +2 to socket chaos gems and then trigger socket spell. The other two stats are just throwaway because I just didn't want to spend a lot of currency into something I didn't know if it was going to work or not. But anyway, so we get the important part is trigger socket spell when you use a skill. So occasionally, every 4 seconds it should be. You can see Essence Drain has a 4-second cooldown, and Contagion has a 4-second cooldown. So when you start your channel, you'll cast either a Contagion or an ED. So the whole idea is, we don't want to stop channeling Cyclone though unless necessary, right? So I found other ways to trigger while spinning without having to stop. But either way, so you can see the Essence Drain get shot out and the Contagion go every so often. And everything goes towards your cursor usually while you're spinning. Essence Drain sometimes seems to go off on its own, but Contagion goes at your cursor. So we put Contagion and Essence Drain in here. The order should matter. They'll trigger in the order that they're in from top to bottom. So I usually have Contagion go first, because Contagion won't do as much damage. It'll give you time to get the Essence Drain on a target to let it spread, just like any normal ED build. But obviously when you're spinning you don't have control, they just kind of shoot in order. So but anyway, Contagion, Essence Drain, Void Manip, Swift Affliction, Control Destruction, Efficacy. Efficacy should be 3rd link, then probably Control Destruction, and then Void Manip and Swift Affliction. Really, you're just pushing out as much damage as possible. This could be a 5-link for ED, and then Contagion could be on its own if you can't afford a 6-link. Getting a 6-link staff should be pretty easy. You pretty much just need to have... I have +2 to level socket chaos gems, when in reality non-chaos damage ailment over time would be significantly better because it'll buff your Soulrend damage as well. But the main part this build lacks is single target, honestly, so plus socketed chaos gems is pretty good for the ED. Besides that though, the way we trigger is I'm just running a steel skin with increased duration. And then this is linked to Frost, Blink, and Blight. These are just utility. I'll go over those in a second. But so Steel Skin, I just pop every 3 seconds essentially. It gives us a 1100 damage shield, and it triggers our socketed spell. And the best part is it's usable while spinning. So we can trigger that. And then besides that, I also realized you can trigger auras to proc your spells from your weapon, right? So I have a level 1 precision that only reserves 22 mana. You can use clarity, you can use precision, whichever. Precision is less mana reserved though. And that will also trigger on a much shorter cooldown. So the idea is we're trying to get the cooldown for ED and Contagion popping as often as possible while spinning. So you can just spin around and hit the precision aura, and Steel Skin just for survivability and flipping the occasional like cooldown window. But yeah, and then that's pretty much it. And then Frost Blink you can use while spinning as well, and it's really good when you're fighting packs of mobs, so rare mobs in particular, because the cooldown is almost instant. if you use it when near a rare or unique. So you can kind of just blink back and forth, and that helps with your survivability quite a lot. Besides that, we just have Evolved Light, mainly for the Spreading Rot Jewel. I was trying to figure out other ways to implement Evolved Light and whatnot, but I have a Wither Totem, Wither, Spell Totem, multiple totems with faster casting, just for putting up Wither stacks. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but that's what I got for the time being. For auras, you can see we're reserving all of our mana basically. When Precision's up, we have 23 mana unreserved. I'm running EB-Mom, so I can sustain my mana easy. You can also, there's a lot of ways to go about doing this. You could take Weave the Arcane, which is my initial plan, instead of Ghost Dance, but I realized I can make Cyclone free with it's only 4 mana, so I can make it free with either a Ring Enchant, or I can just not care and use EB-Mom. Because I was planning on going hybrid the whole time, so this energy shield is helpful for just taking hits with Mom, Mind Over Matter. So 5200 life, 1300 ES. My gear is nothing fantastic. It's just pretty basic shit. I think I spent about 80 C total on this character. About 20 C for this necklace, somewhere around there, because of the non-ammonic chaos damage over time multi. That's the #1 stat for this build, for damage, just like any Essence Drain character. And then plus gems. I got a Soulrend damage helmet enchant really cheap. This is like 510 C, and then I just crafted it with fossils. Only took a couple fossils to hit. Really not expensive at all. The chest piece I bought for like 30 C-ish as a base, and then just threw a couple life fossils at it, or pristine fossils at it to get the life rolls. So there's a lot of options to play with here, and this is by no means maximized. You could also run Dual Curse, go up and get Whispers of Doom, and use a Blasphemy Curse if you want to, instead of like Flesh and Stone or something. But I think the best auras are Discipline, because it gives an extra like 200-ish ES, which turns into HP for us. And Malevolence is obvious as an ED Soulrend build. And then I'm running Flesh and Stone just for the blind. Gives a lot of survivability. Really strong right now. But yeah, so that's it. This mechanic can also be used in a lot of other ways for different types of builds. So summoning, I tested yesterday actually, and you can summon corpses using this same method very easily, which would allow you to do something like what's it called? Not Detonate Dead. Detonate Dead as well, but the other gem, I don't remember. Volatile Dead, that's what I'm looking for. So you could do Volatile Dead with Desecrates and Unearth as your utility spells in here, and so it helps trigger a shitload of balls, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's it for now. If you have any questions, let me know.